Hi guys, welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be speaking to you about my surgery that I'm having done tomorrow, which is the laparoscopy for endometriosis excision. Now, if you want the full story of my endometriosis surgery, please go and watch the previous video that I did. It's in my profile and it's called My Laparoscopy Hysteroscopy Journey. The reason why I'm doing a follow-up is because I didn't actually have the excision done at the previous surgery. The reason being was because most of the endometriosis was around my bowels. So they wanted to put me on a hormone, which was Zoladex, which I've been on for the last 3 months. I'm actually having a hot flush at the moment. I don't know if you can see, but I'm sweating. So thanks Zoladex, I cannot wait until it's out of my system. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's really helped with the endometriosis symptoms, but the hot flushes are, I've had enough. I'm ready to get my life back, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So it's the night before the surgery. I have just taken my first sachet of Picolax. Now Picolax is bowel prep, so I need to release all of my bowels ahead of tomorrow. And yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at now. So I've taken the first sachet about 10 minutes ago, and I'm going to be taking the second one tomorrow morning at 8 AM. I had my last meal at lunch. I had pie and mash. I was like, what can I have that's going to fill me up and hopefully carry me through? So I thought I'd go for something really heavy. So pie and mash with liquor, proper old school Manzies. So if anyone's looking for a pie and mash recommendation, I would definitely recommend them. So I had pie and mash for lunch, and yeah, that was my last meal. I've been drinking like Coke and stuff for the last couple of hours. So yeah, I'm going to just keep hydrated, and I'll probably see you on the other side now. I don't really think it would be too cute to be doing the videos whilst I'm doing the bowel prep. Who knows, I might get inspired this evening later on, but at the moment I think it's going to be see you on the other side. I've got a few last minute bits that I need to do. I need to do my hair. As you can see, my hair's pretty messy and up, so I need to do my hair. I need to pack my bag for the hospital. But if you want to sort of understand the key things to take with you for the surgery, then please watch my first video, because I talk about everything in that, and I'm going to be taking exactly the same things with me that I did last time, this time. So, you know, all the kind of period panties, loose fitted night dresses, wheat bags to wrap around my shoulders for the gas pain that you get. What else am I taking? The activated charcoal, I'm going to be taking that with me, dressing gown, just the usual stuff as well, and some pads and things, just because you tend to bleed after a laparoscopy surgery. So I hope you can stay with me on this journey. It's hopefully going to be not too rough, and yeah, I'll see you on the other side. Hi guys, so I've just arrived, well not long arrived at Ashford Hospital. I'm just getting ready to go down to surgery now. As you can see, got my stockings on. The bowel prep was definitely a challenge. I woke up at 3 AM and didn't go back to sleep until about 7:30 this morning. I was just on and off of the toilet, so that was awful. But I'm not feeling too bad now. I'm just looking forward to having some food and a drink when I come around. But I will see you guys on the other side. So I've just come back from surgery. I think I was down for about 2.5 hours. I'm feeling okay. I had some Oromorph whilst I was in recovery. Just a bit groggy, really sleepy. So I'm going to get some rest, and I'll see you tomorrow. So the consultant has just been to see me, and he said the operation went really well, which is great news. They removed all of the endometriosis, and most of that was by excision, so it was cut out. And there was some that was quite tight to my bowel, so they had to, I think, sort of singe that small part of the endometriosis, but the rest of it was all removed by excision, which is great. And he said it went really well. He's also separated my organs that were stuck together. He's put like a mesh in there to help them stay in place. So all in all, everything went really well, he said, so I'm really pleased about that. I'm actually feeling okay, not feeling too bad. I'm in pain obviously, but I would say definitely that the pain was not as bad as the first laparoscopy that I had. Yesterday especially, I was like, could move around a lot more, and I don't know if that's just where, you know, the nerves were not as strong where I'd previously had the surgery. So I'm going to be staying in again this evening, and I think that's just because of the extent of the operation and the fact that the endometriosis was around my bowels as well. So just a little bit rougher than normal. It's good anyway, because whilst I'm here, the pain relief is much better than once you get home, so the Oromorph. And I think they've got me on tramadol as well, so that's good. Keeping that pain at bay. I'm going to try and go for a walk. I've just got my lunch here. I'm going to show you my nice lunch in a second. But I'm going to try and go for a little walk afterwards, just so I can get that gas moving around and hopefully get it out as soon as possible. So yeah, this is my lunch. I'll just quickly show you. So got a tomato and basil soup, and a cranberry juice. This cod, just got some sort of batter, I think, with chips, peas, tartar sauce, and a fruit salad. I was actually snacking on these peanut M&Ms before I bought my lunch, and I was like, I better stop. So yeah. Hi guys, so it's actually 9 weeks post-op to the day today since I had my excision surgery. Now it's taken me quite some time to do this video just because initially my recovery was so up and down. I really just wanted to focus on getting better, and at points I was so ill I couldn't even think about filming. That would be the last thing on my mind. And just because I've had some personal things going on as well, I just really wanted to take a break and just do this video once I was in a good space, both physically and mentally. So physically, I'm feeling great now. I'm up and about, I'm exercising, not as much as what I should be, but I'm exercising. So I've been out and, you know, for nights out with friends, so I'm feeling really good, and much better, doing much better than I was before the operation in terms of symptoms and stuff like that. Overall, the operation was a success. It went really well. I want to show you some images, which I'm going to bring up now, and I just want to talk a little bit about the Zoladex. I'm going to do a follow-up Zoladex video just because I think I really want to highlight and put emphasis on Zoladex and the fact that it really did work wonders for me. And a lot of people, you know, the symptoms that you go through and the side effects are horrendous, so don't get me wrong, but I really want to shed some light on the positive effects of using Zoladex hormone. So I will do another follow-up video, but I'm going to show you guys some before and after images of the Zoladex. Literally, like, the Zoladex worked wonders. So the before image that I'm going to show you now, this is what the insides of my womb essentially looked like the first time I had my laparoscopy back in May. So this was before any hormone, anything. This is what it looked like. And literally you can see all the red that you can see, that was, you know, the endometriosis. You can see how inflamed everything was. And then this next image is post Zoladex, but before excision. So this is the second operation, obviously, that I had in September, but this is actually before they have, you know, removed any endometriosis by excision. This is purely the work that the Zoladex has done in my womb, and it is absolutely amazing. And even the side effects and symptoms of endometriosis whilst I was having the hormone, I hardly had any at all. So I definitely felt like it was working for me, but to actually see the visuals is really like amazing. So I'm going to show you the after picture now. So yeah, I can't recommend Zoladex enough, but as I mentioned, I will speak to you about Zoladex, just an overview of the journey in a little bit more detail in another video. So after I had the operation, I came home and I felt really good. It almost felt like this is too good to be true. I should be in a lot more pain than what I'm in. I was up and about, and even like my friends and family had noticed how much more mobile I was the second time round and coming home. I would say like by the second, third day, I was walking around and doing bits for myself with ease. And then I started to feel a little bit of pain. I think I was constipated because I did get sent home with Oromorph, which I was taking, as well as paracetamol. And I think that pain of being constipated and then the movement in my bowels, because they did send me home with a laxative as well, I think that pain, just the movement in my bowels, just where everything I think was fresh, that was really painful. So after like the third or fourth day, I started to get some pain that I wasn't having. So I felt like I was going back. I felt like I was doing really well, then I felt like I was going back just in terms of pain in my recovery. So I spoke to the hospital and they just said, you know, they think I'm constipated, so they said, you know, to sort of persist with what I was doing, and if it continued then to come back in. And then a couple of days later, I actually got an infection in one of my wounds. Now, I didn't know it was initially infected. I thought it was. I spoke to the hospital and sort of explained to them, and they just said, look, you know, keep that particular wound covered, because I had 3 wounds, like the lower incisions around my bikini line, and it was the one on my right hand side. A few days later, I realised, went back into the hospital, and it was actually infected. So they then gave me some antibiotics, and then that was when the journey just went from, you know, being a little bit worried about having an infection, you know, not really having much pain, to after taking the antibiotics, I think for 2 days, I had the worst literally diarrhea. Like the diarrhea was literally worse than the bowel prep, and I was in so much pain. It was awful. Initially I thought maybe I'm just in the pain because the antibiotics were working, but it was so intense. So it was just really up and down, and then it took me quite a while just to get back to that stage, I think, where my body had been through a bit of trauma from all of the diarrhea from the antibiotics, and that caused me a lot of pain. I think it was just really, really tough. Like literally at one point, I think this was about 7 days post-op, I literally couldn't even move. I couldn't get out of bed. I was in so much pain, and I had this pain in my lower back. And the pain in my lower back started around about a week after the operation, and it just feels like, I mean, you can't even get comfortable. You can't lie on any of your sides. And that pain was really sporadic, but it happened for about 5 weeks on and off. I did about 3 weeks ago have a full body deep tissue massage, and since then I haven't really had the pain. I've also been using a foam roller to roll out on the floor, so just roll my back out, and I've been using that a lot, and wheat wraps and stuff, and it's really eased up now. But it was a very up and down recovery this time, whereas last time it just felt like it was really bad and then gradually got better, whereas this time it was like, oh, I don't feel so bad, oh my gosh, I'm dying, to, oh, okay, maybe it's not so bad, to, oh my gosh, I've hit rock bottom, I've got an infection, I'm in so much pain, I can't actually cope. And I think this time round, I was on Oromorph for 2 weeks solid. That's how much pain I was in. And I think it was just from, as I mentioned, the trauma of going to the toilet and all of this stuff happening with my bowels and my stomach all at the same time, and just really irritating everything. So, but yeah, I think I would say a good solid 3-4 weeks I was back on my feet. By the 4th week I was out and about, and that was just because I had to be. I had certain things that I needed to do. So I think all in all it went well. I'm really happy with, how much ease I've had. My bowel movements have been significantly different since the operation. I feel much lighter in general. I am a little bit bloated still. So after the operation, my consultant put me straight onto Cerazette, which is a pill, a contraceptive pill that's meant to be quite good for reducing endometriosis. So that's, what we decided moving forward that I would do. And since then, I think I've been bleeding now. When I say bleeding, it's very light. So it's literally like almost like a discharge at times. It's very, very light. And I've been bleeding on and off for 5 weeks, which is quite intense. When I say on and off, there hasn't really been any gap. It'll be like, an hour. I'm like, oh, it's fine, stopped, and then it just comes back. And some points it has been more like a period, and then at other times it's just really light. So I'm constantly having to wear something. So I'm gonna follow up with him on that, just because I saw him 2 weeks ago and he said that if things were continuing to go back. But other than that, I'm doing really well. So yeah, I just wanted to do this follow-up video just to really follow on from, you know, the previous video and just complete the whole story of my surgery journey with excision. If anyone has any questions about the surgery, about the bowel prep or Zoladex, anything like that, please feel free to message me on either here, or you can message me on my Instagram. I've had so many people reach out to me, particularly regarding the Zoladex stuff. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. But I'm doing really well. I'm so glad I had the surgery. I've literally been having this pain literally for about 15 years. So I'm so glad that I decided to have the excision surgery. Whilst it was a little bit scary and the journey was a bit up and down, I think ultimately I've got the end result that I wanted, and I'm just feeling much better within myself, and I just hope moving forward that things will all be good. So yeah, please stay tuned. I've got a couple more videos coming for you very, very, very soon. I'm going to talk about the full Zoladex journey, and I'm also going to speak to you about Cerazette pill as well. Thank you.